The NYPD asking for the public's help to identify the gunman in the deadly shooting during Monday's West Indian Day parade, as Mayor Eric Adams vows to track down the killer.
When you look at that one person who we're going to find that shot 5 people, you remove him from the equation, you got hundreds of thousands of people that were out this weekend and really heard the call of a peaceful Juve and a peaceful West Indian Day parade.
So the shooting, which is believed to be gang-related, also sent 4 others to the hospital. Joining us this morning is NYPD Deputy Commissioner for Public Information, Tariq Shepard, with the very latest on the investigation and what this means for the parade moving forward. So great to have you here, Deputy Commissioner.
Thank you.
First and foremost, any updates on the gunman and a potential for a motive here, possibly gang-related, but what was the motive?
Yeah, so we're making a lot of progress on the actual shooting and what caused it and everything like that. Our video collection team's doing great work. Our detectives are just the best. So yeah, we know that there's a gang nexus to it. Just pinpointing exactly what caused it, we'll wait until we conduct our interviews and things like that. But as I said earlier, you know, I suggest that the shooter turn himself in, because soon we're going to be coming to get you.
That video shows who the individual is. You have video showing the moment of the shooting?
I won't get into the actual investigation, but I will say that we're making a lot of progress, and the shooters should know that you don't have much longer to be out there.
Yeah, and real quickly, how are the victims doing that are still
So
hospitalized?
same status, and I don't want to talk about it without, you know, acknowledging the sensitivity involved in being shot or being a victim of a crime like this. But, you know, they are recovering. We did have one person who succumbed to his injuries, and it's just sad that one person can destroy a very festive and enjoyable time that hundreds of thousands of people were having.
Yeah, I mean, this parade was on track to be the safest West Indian Day parade in its history. And then you have this shooting. Do you feel like there need to be changes in security? I
think those that understand the history of this event understand what we're saying when we say it was pretty safe out there. We are very victim-centric here. We understand that there was an incident where 5 people were shot. But when you look at the history of this event, we've been there before for 20, 30, 40 people being seriously injured at this parade. Numerous incidents where you just felt like it was out of control. And that wasn't the case here this year or last year. So I don't think we need to make many changes. I think what we need to do is just continue to concentrate on gangs and make sure that they don't feel like they can just operate, you know, in the city with impunity.
But you did make changes to get it to this point, right? So do there need to be, what were those changes first and foremost?
Well, I think we added the screening during Juve. We shortened the route. We shortened some of the hours. But, you know, Labor Day parade itself is still a challenge because you have almost 1 million people out there on Eastern Parkway. And that's just a massive undertaking. Even if you get 99% of people doing the right thing, just do the math on 1% of 1 million who are out there possibly doing the wrong thing. It's a massive undertaking, one that we're prepared for. And I think we've been doing very well the last couple of years, but it's still a lot of potential for violence.
So you added those screenings to the Juve part of it, right? And shortened the hours of Juve. The mayor talked about that yesterday. But when you look at the parade itself, and yes, for the vast majority, it went off very safe. But there is this one incident that's going to mar the rest of the day, right? So do you look at that and say, okay, maybe we want people going in, or maybe we shorten the parade route altogether?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's going to mar the entire day. I think the people who live there, the people who know the history, know that that one incident doesn't mar the entire event. And many people were asking us out there, please don't cancel the parade. Please let it go. Don't let one individual destroy this parade. And we didn't. We got back to work. We redeployed our resources, and we kept the parade safe for the remainder of those hundreds of thousands that were out there. So I think most people who walk away from this event are not thinking about that one incident because they know the history of this event. And it used to be people came here with an expectation that there would be violence. However, now people come to this parade with an expectation that nothing's going to happen. And that's a credit to the hard work of the men and women of the NYPD and the community at large.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you even prevented some incidents that day.
Absolutely.
How many weapons did you confiscate that day?
Dozens, I would say upwards of 3 dozen. And that's just in those 4 precincts that cover that area. Citywide, I'm sure there were a lot more. But when you think about...
You're talking guns, though?
Guns, absolutely. Upwards of 3 dozen guns, just in those 4 precincts. A lot of hard work.
How?
And
How did you find them at the parade route, those guns? Was it wanding? How did you discover them?
No. I think it's just good old-fashioned police work by mostly by our neighborhood safety teams, our community response teams, and our public safety teams. These guys are out there, as we've seen before, doing ride-alongs with CRT and these other cops. They are fantastic and fearless. And so the work that they did out there kept a lot of people safe.
I want to talk overall about the month of August, right? Because we're talking about guns right now. And while we are looking at the safety of a parade because of what happened, there is a story to tell in terms of shootings in August. So give us the update, because you have a big announcement later on today.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a press conference on the Labor Day violence, but also a little touch on August. I think August has been the safest in terms of violence that we've ever seen in the history of keeping the records. We've never seen this low amount of shootings in the month of August in our history. I think 74, I want to say, but we'll
Citywide.
Citywide, and again, 1 is too many. But when you're talking about a city of 8.5 million people, at any given moment, more than 10 million people inside of our city, to have that low number of shootings is just phenomenal. It's a credit to the police, but it's also a credit to our community at large, who mostly come out to do the right thing. We have this small pocket still that we deal with who commit violence in this city, and we're making a lot of progress, and we're doing well.
Where are the majority of those shootings taking place?
There's still a mixture. The Bronx, and I would say Brooklyn's still the bulk of our shootings. I think Chief LePetri will go into it a little bit later about where I think 25 to 30% of the shootings in our city is really concentrated at. However, again, I just credit all of those cops out there taking these guns off the street and really doing some tough work out there, because it's not easy. When you talk about what happened over Labor Day weekend, when you see the crowds you're up against, it is very tough work, and they deserve a lot of credit.
All right, Deputy Commissioner Shepard, appreciate you always making time and stopping by.
Thank you.
Keep us posted on whether or not you get that suspect for the Labor Day violence, and we'll be there later on today for the big announcement.
All right, see you there.